Well, I'd just like to do a little video here in response to Chris Curtis's video, as he brought something to my attention I wasn't aware of. And of course, there's been on the go here quite a while with the flat versus globe Earth debate. And I really started getting on the flat Earth thing quite a bit until one day I realized that the stars rise and set, and that was enough for me. I was done with it for now. Didn't have any conclusions too much as far as definitive, but I just didn't want to get too in depth with it because, of course, I do a lot of the Mandela effect stuff, and I just don't want to take too much of my time on the debate. Um, I come to two conclusions prior, let's say, and I still do. However, Chris has brought something to my attention here that I didn't realize. I never studied into everything enough, and we have these pictures of star trails. And in one sky view, as he mentions in the video here, in one sky view, you can see the arcs of the stars, both the northern hemisphere portion, the equator portion, and some of the southern hemisphere portion. And this take apparently comes from France. So, upon thinking about it for a little while, I can't even believe what we're looking at here. And I come to two possible conclusions, which actually is the same conclusions that I had come to previously. Either A, we are on a globe Earth, and there's one hell of a flat Earth psyop going on. Keep in mind, a lot of stuff you see is on the internet. Everything, right? Damn near, unless you walk out your door and look, right? Or we live in a realm, and in which a realm meaning almost more along the sort of the biblical view of things, almost or partially. A realm, as in logic, is not going to give you a definitive answer, or there is not going to be any proper one logical answer. There could be two logical answers that could hold true. And just it being a realm, distance doesn't necessarily hold true. Different possibilities when you speak of a realm. It can be almost whatever, right? It can be a movie. Who knows? Like, different things can happen and hold true that shouldn't hold true together. And I'm really starting to move in that direction, I'll tell you. Because if this picture, if what we're looking at is true, if this is not a forgery, if this is not part of a psyop to convince us. So there's my first take. With this pic, where we can get two different arc views from within one sky view. If we can see this, to me, this means one of two things. Either A, the picture's a lie, which would mean we're on a flat Earth and they're presenting us with a lie and to try to convince us we're on a globe, which is a really crappy attempt because it doesn't portray that. Let me explain. If I'm standing, a little bit on the northern hemisphere at, say, the latitude of France, then, sure, if the stars are going to arc through the sky, not straight from the east into the west. It's going to be on an angle. You're going to create a bit of an arc. And as I look towards the north, the closer that arc is going to get to a circle. Now, I think, yeah, you still possibly see an entire circle. However, never in a million years, given everything is a globe and distant stars, like we're told, no way that we should be able to see a change in arc. We don't get to see the perspective of people, what people see in the southern hemisphere. There's no way. We can't see that perspective. Everything has to continue to arc in the same direction. Like, this is a forgery. Either this is a forgery, or option B, the stars literally wrap around the Earth. That's the only way that we can see this. And then you could see a change in arc of the stars from one given sky view. That's the only other explanation I can think of. Like, there's no way I should be able to see what people in the Southern Hemisphere are seeing. I shouldn't be able to see their perspective. I only get to see my perspective, not theirs. This picture is showing me part of their perspective. That's bullshit. There's no way. Or, there's a lot on the sort of within the flat Earth, but I don't even necessarily think it has to mean flat Earth. Or the stars literally wrap around the Earth. And if that's the case, then it's neither. It's a realm. We would be living in a realm, because we can take telescopes and look up there and see stars really, really far away. At least it appears really far away. But if they're really far away, then they can't wrap around the Earth, right? They're not wrapping around the Earth. But given this picture, it appears that they do. Um, if this is a true picture, people, we live in a realm. You know, you can take the good book a little bit more to its word, I would think. it's I don't know. You know, this is what I'm getting out of this. There's no way in hell that we can see this perspective of the Southern Hemisphere view. There's no way. That's retarded. So almost like Chris was pointing out in this video, like, what is the conspiracy here? Are these astrophysicists and whoever, astronomers, are they all like in on some conspiracy or something? Or do they just not think about it? I'm not sure. I don't know. But yeah, certainly looking closer to a realm for me every day. Or we're under one heck of a psyop just to manipulate us and try to confuse us and keep us arguing, keep us divided, right? That's always a common thing. But anyway, people, I'd love to hear what you have to think about that, and like to know if you agree with me or disagree. If you disagree, why and how. It'd be good to hear. And thanks, Chris, for bringing this to my attention. I was off of the JFK thing, and you brought that up again, and I was all caught up on that. And then I was done with the flat Earth. Like, it's one way or it's the other. I don't care anymore. And then you showed me this, and yeah, it's a pretty interesting thing to think about. So thanks again, Chris. Take care, and take care, everybody else. Love you all. Peace.